Hey, I'm Danny. I'm the CEO of Jam. We help 200,000 engineers build better products every month.
Danny, it's nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
So tell me, why did you decide to focus on developers? There's like so many industries out there that you could like focus on. Why developers?
Today's world changes at the speed of software development. I mean, it's so cool. Like, if you think about who made education more available,
Hmm.
it's YouTube, it's Duolingo, it's TikTok, it's teams of software developers who decided to change a corner of the world. And so it means that it's really, really important to make software a lot faster to develop because that's
Yes.
how that's how the future arrives sooner. It's like genuinely cool.
I love that. What are some of the your favorite products that you've been able to help with? I know it's probably like, picking your favorite child or whatever, but like there's got to be a couple that like really like stand out.
At this point, people have used Jam to solve more than 12 million bugs across a lot of software. And like, if you use the internet today, probably you're using a product that they've used Jam to fix bugs on. But my personal favorite is that a lot of the AI companies that I love, that I'm like, like just a fan of on the internet, are building using Jam. And that's because none of them can hire fast enough. They're growing at such this amazing rate,
Yeah.
and they want to be able to focus on supporting their customers and doing more for their customers. And what they don't want is to have bottlenecks on engineering, to be like bogged down in internal communication. It's like they care about efficiency first and foremost, and that's why like they're always adopting tools like us and all of the AI software productivity.
Yeah. Speaking of AI, I saw you on stage giving a demo at I think OpenAI
It's so
Dev
cool,
Day.
yeah.
Yeah. How was that experience?
Look, when you're building a product, you never imagine that that's the way you get to introduce it to so many people.
Yeah.
But for me, it really mattered to be able to like get it out there. Like, if you've ever been a PM, founder, if you've ever been someone who works with engineers, but you're not an engineer yourself, you're so familiar with just wanting to tweak something and make it just a little bit better, but you don't want to have to bother an engineer to work on it. And like, you're so sick of having to like kind of like prioritize all your tiny asks, then each one would make the product better. And
Yeah.
so getting to share with people who are not engineers,
Hmm.
hey, like you can now do it yourself. You can fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Getting to like share, like you can do this now. It just felt like it felt important.
Yeah. This is something that has always been, there's always a challenge. And I felt this at every company that I've worked at, specifically, because I end up leaning in either like marketing help or like on a marketing team. And it's like engineers and like designers want everything in Git so that we can have it, you know, so we can check things, make sure that like everything's right, like nothing's going in that like isn't right. But then for people who like just want to make simple changes to like tweaks to content or like adding an image or like fixing a typo or whatever, there's this whole ass process that they have to go through to get that fixed. And it sounds like Jam does like makes that a lot easier. So tell me a little bit about how you're making that easier while still prioritizing the developer experience.
We built a product called Please Fix. It's an extension to the browser, so you add it to your browser, and then when you're looking at your product at your site and you see something you want to fix, you just click on Please Fix, and then you can fix it in line, and Please Fix takes your edits and makes them into a pull request for you.
Amazing.
So like, okay, one thing that happens on every marketing team, every company, is the marketing team has like a Google Doc with all the website copy. And it goes through all the approvals. And
Yeah.
then the engineer takes from the Google Doc and they put it into the code. And then the marketer sees it like live on the site and they're like, oh, it's all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then you
It
want to
just
change it
looks
all.
bad.
The idea that you need to ask an engineer to change it for you is so archaic in today's age. But with Please Fix, what you do is the marketer just, while they're looking at the site, they can type in line. And once they're happy with it, it
Hmm.
creates the PR in GitHub for them. They don't need to touch code. They don't need to know how to use GitHub. Please Fix just does it for them.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to touch on something a little bit more like personal right now. We've been seeing over the last like handful of years that like founders have to be like influencers and out in front of cameras and like giving these talks or whatever. And like you do such a fabulous job at that. I'm curious, how do you experience that? Is that something you delight in? Is it something that you have learned to do? Like, how's your experience with that?
Um, so there there are moments where it feels really good. Like when we host like AI nights, hack nights
Yeah.
every month. And it's so fun. It's like just engineers in a room, we're building together, we're demoing what we're building. And that just feels really natural. And then there's moments where you just have to do the CEO thing and you're like, okay, I guess we're going to do that. And it feels less natural. But I don't know. All in all, the experience is like there's a whole team at Jam that's
Yeah.
working so hard to make something so great for our customers. And I get to be the person who shares a lot of that. And I think that's just a privilege. And I'm just trying to enjoy that.
Yeah, I love that. What are some things that you're personally excited about AI doing for us, like gaining capability in I mean, right now it's the Wild West, and we're kind of like figuring out pockets of how it can be productive for us. Where do you see great opportunity for AI productivity?
One of the things that I'm most excited about is AI turning everyone into some form of a product builder.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of discussion in the AI universe about AI automating different tasks.
Mhm.
And I think that the end result of that is while AI automates a lot of the grunt work we do today, it then enables the people to then start building and directly impacting product experience.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? So for example, in customer support, there's a ton of discussion about like AI answering tickets.
Mhm.
It's great. So now what does customer support get to do? Well, they get to help customers.
Mhm.
So let's say that a customer support teammate sees that a lot of customers are just really confused by this one feature in the product. In the old world, they would have to communicate that feedback back to engineering. Then engineering would have to have it prioritized. They'd have to figure out how to change it. But in the new world, a customer support person can just go into the product, change the help copy in product, and make a lot of customers'
Yeah.
lives better literally this instant. I love the idea that companies used to be bottlenecked on engineering, and rather than them being bottlenecked, they're able to move at the speed of the entire team. It's like that's how a company should be. It's like we're all doing what we can to work together.
What's one human skill that you think that will be like super critical over the like next 6 months as we start to integrate more AI into our life, as we start to like have to think about things a little bit differently to incorporate AI into our lives? You know, what's a way that people can think differently to be better prepared for the next 6 months, year?
In a world where the cost of code gen is like plummeting,
Mm-hmm.
actually what matters is your maniacal focus on user experience.
Love that.
And that's a skill that is never been more important.
Mm-hmm.
So there are, like companies, we all hire, great PMs, great designers, because we're looking for the people who are the best at translating what is a user trying to do into how should
Yeah.
that be in the product. And that's never been more important now, not just in PM and design, but in engineering and across every task,
Mm-hmm.
or every role. Every role that can modify the product needs to be able to think like the user, think for the user. I think, and I don't think AI can, that's the human element of building
Yeah.
product.
Yeah, I love that idea of like actually getting more towards that human side of like, we've always been trying to serve humans and like customers like better. And now we actually like have greater opportunities to think like the human piece of it now that like the technology part of it is getting a little bit like more I don't know, fast and replaceable.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
So today at Jam, one thing we're working on is sort of like an AI summary of the bug. We have one, but every 6 months we update given everything else happening in AI. So we're updating our summary feature.
Of course.
And building an AI summary is really freaking easy. It's one of the easiest things you can do with AI. And so one version of the world would be we would just tell an engineer like, hey, take a look at the AI summary, see if you can improve it. Great, give it a prompt, whatever. But a different version of the world is someone sits and thinks, well, what's a great summary?
Mhm.
What like thinks about the user in that moment. What happened before the user reached this page? What's going to happen after? What do they need to know? What's
Yeah.
great? Like what's not good? What's great? And I think that's a skill that has never been more important. It's not about having the feature table stakes. It's about going above and beyond.